Blood fever coming at ya.
Subscribe to Papa's YouTube channel.
We're out.
All right, everybody, we're out here at the range. Got this Avenge X set up again. I got some new pellets. I put the heat shrink tubing on the barrel, and we're going to see if it made any difference. I got the same tune that I had yesterday. We're down there at 50 yards, and let's get this thing going and see what it's got. Be right back. All right, folks, let me purge this thing a couple of times. I'm going to do it 3 times. Try to get a regulator set in, and we'll get on target down there and we'll get going. Get a nice clear sight picture. This is a new tin of pellets. It's not all beat up. I don't have my glasses on, but I'm going to look at each one of them before I put them in there and try to load them in straight. I'm not going to resize them. I'm just going to load them straight out of the tin, and we're going to see what we get. Start down on that first group. Let me try not to talk. Oh, that one went way right. Way right. Well, maybe that's the point of impact difference from putting the heat shrink tubing on it. I'm not going to mess with the scope. I'm going to leave it all the same. I'm going to do 5 5-round groups. We're just shooting groups. We're not trying to hit the bull, so don't get confused. We're around 880 on the velocity. One more shot for this group. That looks pretty good down there. I'm not going to say much. Right now, our standard deviation is 1.9. I'm not going to reset the chrono. I'm going to go for the full 25 shots and get a reading on that. So let's hit our second group. That one's opened up a little from our first one. I think it was me. Will tell you that this is a lot different from rimfire for me because it's so light. It's really hard to keep from influencing the rifle at all with my cheek or my hand. I try to keep my cheek off of it. We dropped one low. If I'm seeing that right, SD is 1.8. 1.8. All right, let's move over and get our third group. It's nice having pellets that ain't all beat to pieces. That one. Those are separated a little down there. I think that was me. This is way harder to hold still than my other rifles. And plus this trigger is a little heavier. I'm still learning how much of my finger to not get on the trigger shoe or how much to get on it. All right, that don't look too bad. Don't look too bad. Don't look as good as that first one, but our SD is still 1.8. Let's go to our next group. Yeah, that one had to mess that pretty group up. One more shot on this group. That was a really good group till that one pulled off, and I don't think that was me. Could have been. Yeah, the SD came up. That was a different velocity, so that pellet might have been iffy. Well, we got them all in one hole except for one. Daggone it. It's the way it goes. I can say this is real finicky. These things are finicky, so it takes a little patience. Got one more group to go, and we'll go pull it, see what we got. Like I say, I'm not trying to get it in the bullseye. That point of shift is different because I put the heat shrink on the barrel. I'm getting a little bit of wind now. I can feel it. Yep. It's supposed to be windy today. I try to get out here early and get it done before then. All right. We got a bad pellet or two. We're up to 3.6 under standard deviation. We was down at 1.8 forever. So I have to look at the shot string and see what happened. We got 2 more shots. I'll have to sort through these pellets before I shoot them next time to look at them. Weigh them. Now, it's still not a bad group for a 22 air rifle. One more shot. We'll pull the target and we'll see what we got. I think it's doing better, folks. I really do. Y'all let me know what you think. All right. Put her on safe. I'm going to go down range. I'm going to get the target. I'm going to look at it. Let's look at the chronograph numbers. We were at 1.8 on the SD, and now we're up to 3.5. Extreme spread is 17.1. And let's look at a summary of that. Average velocity 882.2, minimum 869.1, max 886.2, standard deviation 3.5, extreme spread 17.1. And let me see if I can if that's a shot record. Okay. That last shot was a little fast. Yeah, shot 22 was almost 10 feet per second slower. Shot 20, 869. Shot 21 or 22, 876, 879. That one, 869. That's the one that messed us up down there. So the skirt was all of them. Others are in the high 70s, low 80s. Every one of them. So I guess weighing and sorting through them is going to help. So I'm going to go pull that target. We'll measure it up and we'll get out of here and try to get some things done today. It's Johnny with Lead Fever. We'll be right back. Well, folks, here's what we got, and I'm pretty amazed. The first group is 0.1835. Second group is 0.3755. This group was, okay, this one was stretched out. I mean, now when you look at it, you're thinking, well, this one looks smaller or bigger than that one, but no, I measured them right. 0.3575, 0.3070, and this last one where we had a pellet that was 10 feet per second, 12 feet per second slower than all the rest, 0.3930. Our average velocity was 882.2. Our standard deviation was 3.5. Our extreme spread was 17.1. That could have been cut down by 10 had it not been for that one pellet. And that would have made the standard deviation much smaller too. So sorting the pellets are gonna really make a difference. So we had an average of 0.3233 inches out of 25 rounds. That's the Avenge X, the JSB Jumbo Heavy Diablo 18.13 grains. And that's with the heat shrink tubing on the barrel. And I think we can see that made a big difference. It's just like putting the shaft collars on my rimfires. I'm going to look into seeing if I can get some little bitty shaft collars that will fit in between this shroud and put a couple of them right here at the end of the barrel. And maybe that will be something we can do later if we look up there at the barrel inside that shroud. It's got quite a bit of room around that barrel and the shroud. So if I can find the right shaft collars, I might have to get my buddy to machine me some. And put a couple right there at the end or back in here somewhere between the support and the end of the barrel. Might be something else we'll try. Might be able to get this thing shooting even better than that, but I think right now for me, I'm happy with that. If I work with my tune some more, maybe some different pellets, I might be able to drop it down from there. I didn't size any of those. I had a viewer tell me that he had tried sizing his and his Avenger, and that it made him shoot a little worse than what it did unsized. So I don't know. Next time we come out, we'll try sized and unsized and see what we got. So that's what I got for y'all today. Looks like we were successful with this heat shrink tubing on the barrel. So this is John with Lead Fever. Hope everybody's blessed today. And I pray that Jesus keep you safe, happy, content, and everybody together as a family unit. God bless. We are out.